Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to be spending some time on how to use the TESSEC NSG435 for ESD testing in accordance with IEC 61000-4-2. During the video, we're going to begin by going over some of the included accessories. Then we're going to walk through some of the different functionality on the display that's used in testing. And then finally, we'll go ahead and demonstrate how to use it for IEC 61000-4-2. We're going to be referencing both the datasheet and user manual during the video today, and I'll put a link for both in the description below. Let's go ahead now and let's take a look at the accessories. Here you'll find the carrying case and the included accessories. The TESSEC NSG435 provides capabilities for both air discharge testing to 16.5 kV, as well as contact discharge testing to 9 kV. To accomplish this, both the air and discharge tips are included with the simulator. Let's go ahead now and let's walk through what's included with the simulator. Starting in the upper left-hand corner, we have our air discharge tip. Just below that, we have our NSG435 and our contact discharge tip attached. In the lower left-hand corner, you can see our yellow battery. As we work our way right, we have the grounding strap and tripod adapter. Just below and above that, we have our different power adapters. And then finally, all the way on the right, we have our battery charger. As the contact discharge method is generally preferred by IEC 61000-4-2, we're to go ahead and we're to keep that tip attached for today's video. Alright, here we have the side of the simulator, and as you can see, we have our contact discharge tip on the front of it. As we work our way left, we have our hand grip, and that's where you can see we have our yellow trigger, and then just below that, we have our battery pack. Finally, all the way on the other side of the simulator, we have our control section of the unit. Let's go ahead now and let's take a look at the control section. Here you'll find the control section on the TESSEC NSG435. On the top, we have our yellow off-on button, and then below that, the display, and then just below the display, we have a series of function keys. The function keys start on the left, and they start at F1, and they go all the way to F5. Today we're interested in selecting the pre-programmed IEC 61000-4-2 test levels, the pre-select counter, and then using the alternating polarity capabilities. Looking at the top section of the display, you can see we have our polarity and test level set. We're looking at a positive 3 kV. As we work our way right, we have our counter, and then just below that, you can see our pre-select is turned off. Looking at the bottom of the display, we have the active criteria labeled. We're showing contact discharge with a positive voltage, and we have a repetition rate of single pulse. There is also F2 and F5, which act as menus for changing the voltage levels and counter preferences. Let's go ahead now and let's click the function 2 key for voltage. If you just want to change the test voltage, you can select the up and down right there, F1 and F2, and then hit exit for the associated level to be saved. Let's go ahead now and let's click the F3 key, and this is going to indicate the different test levels for IEC 61000-4-2. You can see as we scroll through, level 1, 2 kV, 4 kV, and 6 kV, and then finally 8 kV. Let's go ahead and let's keep the 6 kV selected, and let's save it by clicking exit. Keep in mind, when you're using and selecting these levels, they're based on the particular tip that you have installed on the front of the simulator. If you do want to go higher in test level, you will have to put on the air discharge tip. Let's go ahead now and let's spend some time on the counter menu. The default setting of this menu will be in counter mode. This counts the number of discharges going up. You will see this indicated on the display in the upper right-hand corner, indicating the pre-select is off. The pre-select is a counting mode that counts down the pulses to 0. To access the counter menu, go ahead and let's click the F5 button and reset the counter. You see that reset it to 0. And let's go ahead now and let's click it a second time to access the menu. What we're interested today in is we're going to click the pre-select right there, the F3. And we're going to keep the number of pulses at 4. You can adjust them. However, we're going to keep them at 4 for today's video. And then the F4 right there, we have the alternating polarity. This alternating polarity automatically switches from positive to negative halfway through the pulses, and you can see those are both flashing right now. This is particularly useful for IEC 61000-4-2 as it requires both positive and negative pulses. Let's go ahead now and let's discharge the pulses using our IEC 61000-4-2 test levels with the pre-select counter and alternating polarities. All right, so we have our NSG435 set at a single pulse repetition, which will apply the pulse each time the trigger is pressed. Let's go ahead and let's apply our first few pulses, and then let's watch as the polarity switches from positive to negative. Excellent. Just like that, you see as we progress through our pulses that switch from positive to negative. All right, that should complete the video today on using the Testic NSG435 for IEC 61000-4-2 testing. We began the video by quickly walking through some of the different accessories. Then we spent some time on the functionality of the simulator itself. And then we spent some time on the functionality the simulator provides. And then finally, we did a quick demonstration using the NSG435. We hope this video has been useful, and please keep us in mind if you ever need to rent or buy the Testic NSG435.